Alright, let's break down one of the most exciting matchups we've seen in a while. LeBron James versus Victor Wembenyama. This game wasn't just about two players on the court. It was a full-on showdown of generations. LeBron James, who's been dominating the league for over 2 decades, and Wembenyama, the rookie phenom, stepping up to prove he's ready for the challenge. It was clear from the jump that this game would be a special one. Want to see more action like this? Stay tuned for more breakdowns and insights right here on Sports Frenzy TV. Right off the bat, we saw LeBron doing what he does best, showing off his signature moves. He pulled off a behind-the-back pass to D'Angelo Russell for a three-pointer. Just another example of why he's been at the top of his game for so long. LeBron, who was the first overall pick 2 decades ago, has a mountain of accolades under his belt. He's seen and done it all, but Wembenyama is quickly making a name for himself as the future of the game. Coming into this matchup, he had a lot to prove and he knew it. Now for Wembenyama, it wasn't just about showing up. He came into this game with something to prove. You could tell right away that he was ready to test himself against LeBron, and he wasn't going to make it easy for the Lakers star. There was one moment in the first quarter that really set the tone. Wembenyama chasing down Austin Reeves for a massive block. It was a statement play. He was reminding everyone why he's in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. But it wasn't just defense where he shined. He got the rebound, went back up, and once again showed he could hang with the big names. But of course, LeBron wasn't going to let Wembenyama steal the spotlight. He came back quickly, answering with an alley-oop layup after cutting to the basket off a Russell screen. The crowd went wild, and just like that, the Lakers were up by 3. And if anyone thought that LeBron was slowing down, he proved them wrong. He was showing that he could still keep up no matter the age gap between him and his opponent. After all, he's been in the league for over 20 years and his experience really showed in moments like this. The night was filled with back and forth action. While the Lakers got some solid plays from LeBron and Anthony Davis, Wembenyama and the Spurs weren't backing down. The Spurs' defense was solid, but they couldn't seem to slow down LeBron and Davis, who were playing with incredible chemistry. LeBron grabbed a rebound, ready to push the ball on one of his famous fast breaks, but just as he was about to take off, Wembenyama came out of nowhere and cut him off. It was like he had a sixth sense for where LeBron was going to be. Wembenyama wasn't just defending, he was making plays that made you stop and wonder, how is he doing this? But LeBron didn't back down. He knew how to respond to a challenge and he did just that. On the other end of the floor, he set up his teammates, getting D'Angelo Russell open for a nice three-pointer. The Lakers were finding their rhythm and they leaned heavily on LeBron's leadership and ability to take over the game when needed. You could tell he was playing with that chip on his shoulder, the one that says, "I'm still the king and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon." Meanwhile, Wembenyama was doing what he does best, making things happen on both ends of the floor. Whether it was hitting three-pointers over Davis's outstretched arm or snatching rebounds like a seasoned veteran, Wembenyama was showing why everyone's so excited about his future. On the very next play after hitting a 3, he got a steal, proving there's almost nothing he can't do. But LeBron, as he always does, had an answer. He picked off a pass and prevented the fast break from getting started. A few seconds later, the Spurs left Wembenyama open for another 3, and of course, he made them pay for it. The kid was 2 for 2 from downtown, and the crowd was starting to realize this wasn't going to be an easy night for LeBron. Despite Wembenyama's best efforts, LeBron wasn't going to let him take control. After all, this is the same LeBron James who's been through countless battles in his career. Whether he was driving to the basket or pulling up for a jump shot, LeBron was playing with confidence. The Lakers had a game plan and they stuck to it. Isolation plays for LeBron were their go-to, and when he's got the ball in his hands, you can't help but think it's going to make something happen. Every time he touched the ball, it felt like something special could go down. But this game wasn't just about LeBron. Davis was also making his presence felt. On defense, he was locking down the paint, grabbing rebounds, and even throwing a few assists. The two of them, LeBron and Davis, were playing some of their best basketball together. They were running pick and roll plays that had the Spurs defense looking helpless, like they didn't know where to go or who to guard. Davis was scoring with ease, and every pass seemed to be perfectly timed. But despite their dominance, Wembenyama was never too far behind. He kept the pressure on, showing why he's already one of the most talked about players in the league. The second half picked up right where the first left off. Wembenyama came out of the locker room looking even more determined. He threw down a powerful dunk off a lob pass, making it clear that he was going to keep fighting. LeBron, though, had other plans. He hit some deep threes, keeping the Lakers in control. But Wembenyama wasn't backing down. He was everywhere, blocking shots, grabbing rebounds, and making passes that only a few players in the league could pull off. At one point, he threw a beautiful pass to Jeremy Sochan, who made a nice finish at the rim. Wembenyama's court vision is next level, and it's clear that he has a future as one of the best playmakers in the game. LeBron, though, wasn't just relying on his jump shots. He was going inside, using his strength and experience to bully his way to the basket. Whether it was a quick spin move or a fake to get his defender off balance, LeBron's inside game was as sharp as ever. He used his body to back down defenders, and when they couldn't stop him, he would make a quick move and score. It's not just his athleticism, it's his basketball IQ that allows him to do things like this. When you're LeBron James, you know exactly how to get the job done. But Wembenyama wasn't just sitting back. He kept coming at LeBron, trying to match him play for play. And while LeBron had the experience, Wembenyama had the raw talent and athleticism to hang with him. Every time LeBron scored, Wembenyama seemed to have an answer. Whether it was a big block, a clutch three-pointer, or a dime to a teammate, the kid was showing why he's been called the next big thing in the NBA. As the game went on, it became clear that the battle between these two was going to be a defining moment in the season. Even though Wembenyama was playing out of his mind, LeBron was showing that experience can be just as valuable as raw talent. By the time the game was winding down, the Lakers were still in control, and despite Wembenyama's best efforts, the game was starting to slip away from the Spurs. In the end, LeBron's leadership and experience were the deciding factors. He finished the game with 30 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds, leading the Lakers to a win over Wembenyama's 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. It was a battle between generations, but it was LeBron's IQ and consistency that tipped the scales in the Lakers' favor. So, what did we learn from this game? Well, it's clear that LeBron is still a force to be reckoned with, even after all these years. But it's also clear that Wembenyama is the real deal. He's going to be a nightmare for opponents for years to come. For now, LeBron might still be the king, but the future of the NBA is looking bright with stars like Wembenyama coming up. Let me know what you think about the game. Did you see anything that stood out to you? Do you think Wembenyama is already on the path to greatness? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the breakdown.